All right, let's take a look at our Friday forecast. We're going to wake up chilly, temperatures in the 40s. First thing out the door tomorrow morning, make sure the kiddos have some long sleeves out at the bus stop, and then we warm up to around 70 degrees for tomorrow afternoon, and we'll give way to a mix of sun and clouds at times. At some point, it may look like it's mostly cloudy, and at other points of the day, it'll look like a beautiful sun splash day. Here's a look at our temperatures, though, going forward beyond Friday, and I want to highlight Saturday morning. Check out these temperatures potentially Saturday morning as we start to transition into the Labor Day holiday weekend. Some temperatures into the 40s, and we'll continue on with this 40-degree parade in the morning all the way through almost the tail end of Labor Day weekend as far as the morning temperatures go. But what about the afternoon? Lots of sunshine, though, expected for a good chunk of our Labor Day holiday weekend. Low to mid 70s to kickstart the weekend, and then for the second half of the holiday, we're looking at upper 70s, maybe around near 80 degrees for Labor Day. No chance of rain anytime soon here in Michiana. We'll have to wait until a cold front arrives next week. Let's talk about the Irish, though, as they head down to Miami, where it is looking to be unsettled. Again, great weather here in Michiana for Sunday with kickoff at 7:30 p.m. But down in Miami, well, they're looking at some scattered thunderstorms still, and most of these thunderstorms should clear by around kickoff. Let's show you what I mean hour by hour with Future Track down in southern Florida. There's Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium. Likely some scattered downpours, some scattered thunderstorms around to kickstart the game. And as we go beyond kickoff, here we are paused at 7 p.m. Future Track really tries to move out the bulk of these thunderstorms. So outside of maybe one delay right around kickoff, I think most of the game stays completely dry down in Miami, something our First Alert weather team will continue to monitor. Let's take a look here at this First Alert 10-day forecast. We already talked about the Labor Day forecast being absolutely gorgeous. Now we want to focus on this next Wednesday, next Thursday for our next First Alert. Notice how we go from around 80 for an afternoon high on Wednesday to 65 degrees for an afternoon high about 1 week from today. Here's our next First Alert. Next Wednesday, a cold front arrives in Michiana, bringing with it some afternoon and nighttime thunderstorms. Next Wednesday, rainfall amounts right now don't look anything too active, but around 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, very similar to likely what we ended up for today. But behind this front, check out what happens next Thursday, next Friday, towards the tail end of the first week of September. We cool these afternoon highs down into the low to mid 60s. Certainly it will feel more like mid-October in Michiana for the first end of the week of September. Here's a look ahead at our 16-day outlook. Beyond that cold front, which you can see that sticks out like a sore thumb, we slowly rise back up into the low to mid 80s to kickstart the second half of our 16-day. And check out the last day on our 16-day Notre Dame home football game returning to Notre Dame Stadium. And right now the temperature looking great, near 80 degrees.
And speaking of Notre Dame football, Mike Denbrock is talking about his quarterback. Action Jackson's here.
That's right, the offensive coordinator